My man Jermaine Coleslaw is in a very difficult position right now because he was the guy that pulled out of the beef with Drake and Kendrick Lamar, but he's also about to drop, he himself claims, his biggest and best album ever. But he just dropped a song that is trash. So today we'll talk about the position that J. Cole is in right now before releasing the Fall Off and after pulling out of the beef. So let's jump straight into this. If you want to stay up to date with everything surrounding hip-hop, make sure to subscribe and also become a part of this community by joining our Discord server in the description. So J. Cole was actually the first of the three to respond to Kendrick's diss because he dropped 7 Minute Drill on his Might Delete Later album and was then also the first to pull out because he obviously apologized and said he felt so bad, and a lot of people even then started questioning whether he was ever a part of the big three because apparently he wasn't up for a battle. He just kind of pulled out, and a lot of people said he wasn't man enough to really, stand a chance against it. Now that we've seen what Kendrick did to Drake, maybe it was a good decision, and a lot of people also commended him for pulling out and being like, this is not my true self, this is a situation that I don't want to be in, and so I'm just going to do that before it gets too harmful. I can see the positive in that too. I've always defended Cole on that side. But also we know that he is about to drop the Fall Off. The Fall Off is inevitable, as he so boldly proclaimed. And also on Might Delete Later, he dropped a couple of bars comparing him dropping the Fall Off to Jay-Z dropping Reasonable Doubt last, so saying that that's going to be his classic album, that's going to be his big album that's going to be cemented forever, and I'm very hyped about that. I want this album. I'm a very big J. Cole fan. This guy, at one point in my life, was my favorite artist, and I really looked up to him so much. So I really want this album to be good, and I want Cole to be cemented as one of the best to ever do it. And if we go back to Might Delete Later, like I just said, where also 7 Minute Drill, the response for Kendrick, was on, we have a bunch of bangers that really give us a good taste of what the Fall Off could be like. Crocodile Tears, Huntin' Wabbits, and Sticks and Stones, Pie, also 3001, and Trey the Truth and Ibiza. Those are all songs that go pretty hard, where he can really prove to a lot of people that he has the technical ability, he has the bars to play at the top game of hip-hop. And even, I could have seen him go against Drake and Kendrick. But now he's dropped a new song. And this seems like, it's a big change because he just dropped, or he was featured on a song called Grippy by Cash Cobain, and he's a feature on there. And he does the first verse. And take a look at this verse. I don't know if you've heard the song yet. I'll just listen to it. I've seen a lot of people already really complain about it on social media, but just listen. Just go through this. Just imagine this is a J. Cole verse. This is a guy that is supposed to drop his best album in a couple of months, or so I hope. But if you just kind of read through this, that doesn't sound like the guy that is about to drop this big album. That, just sounds like a cheap feature, if I'm being honest. I have no idea why J. Cole would hop on a track with Cash Cobain and drop this verse. Now, that he does a song with Cash Cobain is okay, because that dude is really getting a lot of attention right now, obviously, as a producer and an artist as well. But he was just featured on Don Toliver's latest single as well, and he did a great job. He did some stuff for Ice Spice, so he's really getting in the industry to the really big people. And for Cash Cobain, this is a very big thing. I mean, to get a J. Cole feature on, a single of yours, that's big. But for J. Cole, this is a really bad look. Just before the beef started, just before he pulled out of the beef, he dropped Might Delete Later, which already a couple of people were saying had a bitter taste to it because he then removed 7 Minute Drill, and it just felt like that album didn't hit as hard because we now know the whole context of him pulling out of the beef. But still, Might Delete Later as a solo mixtape, EP, album, whatever, kind of like a little teaser to give us before the Fall Off drops, that was a hard record. There were some very good songs, very hard songs, very good bars, very also braggadocious and, a little confident bars on there. And we felt like, okay, he's gearing up to drop this album. Then the whole beef happened. And now we get this. This is the first thing he dropped ever since he pulled out of the beef. And it just kind of feels like, what did Drake and Kendrick do to him that he just... there's worlds between this. And I know I know, we have to put this into perspective. Cole has done dumped down stuff in the past. Cole has done some songs that weren't super deep because that's what we expect him to do. I know. But those songs can still be good. Middle Child, for example. It's not a very deep song. It's a very braggadocious song, but it's fucking hard. Like, Middle Child goes hard. Or even, Work Out from the Sideline Story, which was, Nas was disappointed by it, and then he did Let Nas Down. The song was still good, though. But this song also isn't good. Why would you think that this is a good idea to put out this song as the first one after you've just, lost a lot of credibility in that beef for a lot of people? I'm not saying that he did for me or for any one of y'all, but for a lot of people saying he's not in the big three. And that just really surprises me. And I know that it's completely fine to do a song with Cash Cobain. It's completely fine to do a dump down song with Cash Cobain. I just don't think that this was the wisest move for him to make after, losing that beef in essence, or before the beef, dropping a hard album like that and then kind of downgrading to this afterwards. Now, I have my hopes up for the Fall Off. I really want that album to be good with my entire heart, because I just want good Cole music for myself, obviously, but also I want him to kind of be like, maybe this is my hope. After he drops the Fall Off, people are going to reconsider him being in the top 3. For me, he's in the top 3, obviously. But for the mainstream media thinking that, or the mainstream opinions, he's kind of like, dropped out of there. And now we're talking about Travis being in there or whoever. But I still see Cole in there. But I'm just saying that I want everybody to realize that he deserves his spot in there. And I hope that the Fall Off can do that. I have very high hopes for that record. The way he's teasing that, Cole is not someone that teases some stuff that then turns out to be trash. I'm just saying that this really wasn't the wisest move for him to make after that beef. Now, obviously, we still don't know when the Fall Off is dropping. He still has some time to drop more music before the album actually drops. So I just hope we get a couple of good features, maybe even a single before it drops that can really just like let this be in the past as a trash song that he did that really came at the wrong moment. But now I want to know what y'all think about this. Do you agree with me that this is a really bad look for J. Cole? Did Drake and Kendrick really intimidate him that much that he just, fell down to this level? I don't know. Is it just me who doesn't like the song? Do you like the song? I also think not just from Cole's verse, but his whole delivery, and it just doesn't really stick with me. Let me know all your thoughts on this and what you hope for the Fall Off, though, in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and you'll take care.